Hey, Michael with Digital T-Shirt Shop. So I got asked by somebody on YouTube something to the effect of why I didn't sell to businesses. I made yeah, I don't know. I guess I would say the first thing first. I knew originally when I got into this type of printing that there were some real limitations with what I could do by not printing with white ink. Straight up. I could minimize a lot of that by controlling what and how I printed. Um, that's one thing. On the other hand, I knew that the print quality was significantly different than traditional screen printing. Not that it was a diminished quality, but maybe my own personal perceived idea that I don't know that it was different. The ink's different and how it prints and everything. Um, so I guess I was a little hesitant. I didn't maybe a lack of confidence, maybe yeah, a number of these different types of things. Um, I know. I'll tell you this though. The print quality printing with the white ink, the shirts that come out with the white ink versus the shirts that I would do before with just the black ink, or colored ink without the white ink, is significantly different. It comes out with a significantly, it comes out with actually that textile ink type feel and touch to it and everything that printing without that never did. So that's, I guess you could call it an improvement, but the improvement comes at a higher cost and some things like that. And so that kind of that perception and quality and what I tell myself that I think people are looking for is probably more what, and it's you a wrong assumption that I was making previously. Um, but anyways, I'm thinking to myself, what exactly do I want to say? So, anyways, moving on. Um, Thoughts, I guess. So, anyways, when it comes down to it, there, just I decided and I figured, well, based on my limitations, if I can control what I do and how I do it, uh, that's going to be best for me, and that's making my own stuff and trying to sell my own stuff. Now, if somebody came to me and asked for some business, granted, I would give them the business if it kind of worked. Um, I printed on something that they wanted printed on, and I printed the quality and style that they wanted. Sure, I'll go ahead and I'll do that for you. The mutually beneficial seems to work out great, fine. Um, and I've done a number of jobs like that. They just have not been jobs I've gone and solicited. So I haven't gone to the schools and solicited the sports jobs, and I haven't gone to the businesses and solicited the business jobs and all of those things. And in part, even still that's hard because I think there's about a 30 shirt threshold. I can keep my costs cheaper than most printers as long as it's under about 30 shirts because of all their cost with screen setup and all of those types of things. Um, but once it exceeds that, then all of a sudden my printing costs become much greater than theirs, and it becomes more beneficial for an individual to probably go to a screen printer to get a larger volume done. So, anyways, but at this point, even like if I look at it today, um, I've got one lady that wants me to print 200 or 300 shirts for her for she's an author and she wants to do a bunch of shirts for people who buy her books. I just finished doing a family reunion uh, set of shirts for somebody, and I've got another person who's come and solicited some other shirts, and I had a soccer team come and solicit some shirts recently, and so some of those things, and word of mouth, and people happen to stumble across me for this and that, or whatever reason. I've been picking up a few of those jobs here and there, um, but actually really going out and soliciting that. Um, I don't know. It's something that I've been contemplating more as I've become more comfortable with this new printing process with the white ink and the pre-treating and all of those things. But again, there's that threshold in which I can do it at a similar or lower cost. And I know, for example, a church group came to me and wanted 400 or 500 shirts printed, and I just didn't think that I could do it for the price that they wanted it done at. And I don't know, I think it was like $3 or $4 a shirt that they wanted it done at, and I don't feel comfortable enough with my white printing process to say yes, I can do it at that price for you. I've got I guess there's too much of a variance on my white ink costs, I guess I would say, because in some instances they've been really low, in other instances they've been really high, depending upon the size of the design. So anyways, those are just kind of some things going on, and until I feel a little bit more comfortable with that, and what exactly some of those things are, I might not still go try to acquire some of that business. I might still continue to just focus on the websites. What I'm trying to do is kind of get Digital T-Shirt Shop populated with almost everything that I've made, and then turn around and start doing new art, and pushing it to the different sites between Amazon and Etsy and digitaltshirtshop.com. And I think once I get to that point, it might be a little bit easier, because I'm going to have fewer things that are overwhelming me, I guess. So anyhow, there you go. It's kind of a long video, but gives you a little bit of an idea about that, and talking about this question that somebody had asked. And there might be some other things as well. I would say that, and honestly, the whole reason for doing this vlog to begin with was to say, look, here are the decisions that I'm making. This is just what I chose to do, and this is how it turned out. And like, I would think one of the big things that I'm making an assumption, the big things that's affecting me right now, is the decision, a year and a half ago, to say, hey, I'm gonna make my website Etsy. And now I'm kind of wishing that I didn't do that, that I'd kind of, it was okay to do Etsy, but I should have had another website at the same time. So, and I don't know, I made that choice. So, but there we go. So have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe to digitaltshirtshop.com. Follow us and see what happens. Thanks.